Professional Computer Company Tutorials, and today we're going to be working on the Apple operating system, and I'm going to be showing you how to set up Time Machine. And if you look over here on the right hand side, that is my Time Machine backup hard drive, my external hard drive. And whenever you plug in a USB hard drive or a FireWire hard drive for the first time, it's going to ask you if you want to set that up as a Time Machine backup. And if you do, you would hit Use for Time Machine Backup. And when you click that, it's going to bring you into the same area that I just opened up. And the way I got there was clicked on the, looks like a clock up here with an arrow. I went to Open Time Machine Preferences. Once you have Time Machine set up, that's where you're going to go to make any changes if you like. Once you tell it that you want to use that drive, you'll get a screen just similar to what I have now. And you'll want to turn the Time Machine on, which you just do by clicking right inside of there. It turns it off and on. Now on the right hand side here you can see all the information of my backup. Now when you're first setting your backup up, you won't have this information, but after it runs the first backup you will. So when you get to this screen and you're setting your backup up for the first time, you're going to turn it on and you're going to select the disk you want to use. And in this case you would select your external hard drive right in here, whatever that drive is named, and you would hit Use for Backup. Once you do that, it's going to start backing up immediately. And the first backup could take anywhere from an hour and a half to 8-9 hours. It just depends on how much data is already on the computer. The first backup takes a very long time to run. Once it's run the first time, then it will do daily backups, hourly backups, and weekly backups. And this little icon up here will actually spin when it is backing up, and it won't cause any problems to what you're working on. It doesn't take as long for it to back up the next time, so it doesn't hurt any processes or anything like that you're trying to use, so it's not a problem for it to be on all the time. There are some options we can select while we're in here. If you go to Options, you can exclude items from a backup. So what we would do is add, and let's say I want to exclude my Pictures folder from being backed up, or just this folder, the Photo Booth folder. I would hit Exclude, and it would show up in here, and it would not back that up whenever I ran my backup. And the other option down here is Notify after old backups are deleted. And what that does is, Time Machine, the way it works is it keeps backing up every hour, and eventually your hard drive is going to fill up. So what it has to do, it has to delete that old backup on there to put new backups on, and that's just what that button is. It notifies you. Now you do see the information here. There's 340 gig available of my 1 terabyte hard drive. My oldest backup was February 9th, 2011, and the latest backup was today at 3:53 p.m. and it's showing when the next backup is going to run. Now what I always recommend is, you see here I have a 1 terabyte hard drive, and on my computer I have a 500 gig hard drive, which I'll show you in here. And right there's my capacity, 500 gig hard drive. I always recommend running Time Machine on a hard drive that is the same size as your internal hard drive or bigger. Because remember, like I said, the larger the hard drive, the more data that it's going to back up, the longer back you can go. Just like with mine, I can go back to February 9, 2011. So that's how you set up Time Machine, and it just runs in the background on its own. There's nothing you have to do to it. Now the neat part about Time Machine is, if you were to, let's say your hard drive crashed and you brought it into us to have it worked on and we put a new hard drive in, if you bring us your Time Machine backup, your external drive, when we turn your system on, we can restore it from the Time Machine backup, which is going to get you up and running to within about an hour of when the computer crashed and you don't have anything else to restore from. You can just start working right away. Or you can go and restore, if you run your Migration Assistant, you can restore from a Time Machine backup or other disk. And that's the same thing. It'll bring you right back up to the point it was when it went down. Now the other really neat part about Time Machine is, let's say I've got this file on the desktop here, and somebody's using my computer, they accidentally delete it, and somebody comes along and empties the garbage. Without a backup, that file would be gone. You would not get that file back. The neat part about Time Machine is we can click on our icon on our dock here, our Time Machine icon, and it opens up Desktop. That's the default one it opens when you don't have any other folders open. And over here you can navigate to different folders if you like. We're going to go to our desktop, since that's where the file was located that I just deleted. And I'll show you a couple options here. We have cancel, we can back out of it, and we have restore. And then if you look on the right hand side, these are all the different dates we can go back to. You know, like we showed earlier, February 9th, 2011, these are all the different backups that exist and all the places I can go back to get data. Now remember we said the file we deleted was in the desktop. There's nothing there, that file's gone. Well, if we hit the back arrow, it's going to take us back in time to whenever changes were made to that area. And you can see I had some other files out there at one point, and there's that budget file I wanted. And I can hit restore, and it's going to recopy that file back out onto the desktop. And you can do that with any folder. If you go into a file, let's say you're working with a Word document and you make a change to it and you save it and then realize you didn't want to save that change, then you could go back and restore that file to an earlier time as well and bring it back in. And that is the basics of Time Machine. And real quick, if you look up here, that's spinning. That just means it is running my backup, and it's telling me how much it's backed up so far and how much it's going to back up. But if you have any other questions regarding Time Machine or the backup, always just give us a call at Professional Computer Company, 419-221-3601, and we can help you out. And please stay tuned to our YouTube tutorial page for more tutorials.